Hey, everybody out there in internet land. This is Murray from Success with Dr. Murray coming to you live from my man cave here in New Hampshire. I just wanted to expose you to something that is an unparalleled opportunity. I feel it's my moral obligation to share this information with you right away because it could change your life. Let me tell you a little about me and see if any of this strikes a chord with you. I've been working for somebody else for the last 30 years in various size corporations, and I have a great job right now for a great company. Uh, But uh, it's also the fact is I do work for somebody else. I don't work for me. So my destiny is in someone else's hands. Now, I don't know about you, but that gets me more and more nervous. I'll tell you why. And you tell me if this doesn't strike a chord with you. First of all, although it's a great company, the economic times are tough. Raises have come fewer and farther between. Inflation is not stopping just because my company isn't giving a raise. So if you haven't been getting a raise every year that matches inflation, what's inflation? And then, by the way, inflation is much higher than what the government's reporting. If you bought a tank of gas, it's doubled in the last 4 years. Unfriggin' believable. But if your salary isn't matching inflation, you're losing money. So let's say you, forgetting salaries and so forth. Let's talk about layoffs now. It seems like every other week I come into work, and it's a fairly large company, great company, but I walk by an office that a good friend of mine used to work at, and all of a sudden the office is empty and the name tag is gone. What happened to Charlie? Charlie got let go Friday, man. That's sorry, couldn't say goodbye to you. I'm like, wow, that's a real bummer. And then 2 weeks before that, it was Sheila. Hey, Sheila used to sit here. What happened? Did she move to another? No, Sheila got let go last Friday. And this is happening kind of in a stealth mode more and more frequently. And so people get stressed out because, are you going to be next? And it doesn't matter how good you are or your personal performance, you're at the mercy of somebody else. And that's just the way it is. It's not anything bad necessarily that the company's doing. It's just the economic times that, the companies have to be profitable to keep up or they're going to go out of business. The companies are not in a welfare agency. They're in a business to make money, and sometimes when the economy slows down, they got to let people go. That's just a fact of life. Now, I'm not complaining about that, but you got to freaking do something about that. You can't sit on your couch and watch TV all night and then whine and bitch that you're going to get screwed at work. You got to take action. So, what I recommend you do is create your own economy. I recommend that you get a home business. This is not just a solo opinion of mine, but it also happens to be highly recommended by a lot of people. Robert Kiyosaki and Tim Ferriss, two mentors of mine that I like to follow, strongly encourage you to have your own home business. I go on and on, but when you create your own home business, you control your own destiny. So what I did was I looked around part time. Now I'm still working, 10, 12 hours a day for a corporation, but I want to control my own destiny. So I stumbled around for trying out a few things that didn't work. And then I came across the Empower Network, and there's nothing else like this. It's unbelievable. And I want to share this with you right now. So I want you to picture this metaphor. Uh, First of all, let's talk about a little bit about the Empower Network. So this is the Empower Network you're looking at right here. You get a turnkey system that is a viral blogging affiliate marketing system. It's very cool. This whole thing is set up for you. All you have to do is 3 steps. You have to blog daily, you have to tell others, which means marketing, and then you have to make money. The last step is pretty easy. It's the first two that always get you. Now, you can't just sit back and do nothing, but we have a tremendous system in place for you that you don't have to do all this. A lot of people stumble setting up, this is a blog, okay? You get a blog. So a lot of people stumble setting all this up. There's a lot of technical stuff. I'm not a technical guy. My cell phone is a rotary. I stumble. I can't set the time on my VCR. In fact, I'm probably the last guy in the world that still has a VCR. Do they? You can't even buy one. Anyway, and yet I can get this to work. That's because a lot of the grunt work is done for you. When you don't have much time like me, you have to leverage your time. You have to do 1 unit of work and get 10 units of output. And that's what this system does. It leverages your time, it leverages your skill. And it's not just the system, but it's the community. I want to I want to share this metaphor with you. If you're old enough to remember TV back in the 70s, back when I used to watch TV and completely waste all my time, unlike now, but back in the 70s, when I used to watch TV, there was a show called Hawaii Five-O, which now, because they're so hurting for ideas, that they came out with a rehash of it. But Hawaii Five-O had this awesome theme song at the beginning. But imagine yourself, here's the metaphor. Imagine yourself as a guy in the middle of the ocean in a friggin' canoe with a tiny oar trying to survive, surrounded by sharks and hurricanes and all this. And, how are you going to make it? Where are you going to go? You don't even know where you're going to go, let alone how you're going to get there, even if you did know, right? You'd be screwed. You wouldn't last, you wouldn't last. That's sort of like where you are now, probably. You're up against the wall. Your destiny is not your own. You're controlled by the oceans and the currents of whatever company you're working for. Or if you don't have a job, you're even more lost at sea because you have nothing to give you any direction whatsoever. So what if you could get in a boat now? Get in a boat with a bunch of guys rowing in the same direction. You'd have a much better chance of getting where you want to go, right? And first of all, you got to know where you want to go. But let's assume you do. Uh, get in a boat with a bunch of guys rowing the same direction, and you'll get there fast. Now, how does this relate to Hawaii Five-O? If you're too young to know this, this is from, I think, 1970. Check this out. So imagine a bunch of guys rowing the boat in the same direction. This is what Empower Network is, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, check those dudes out, man. These guys are unstoppable. Yeah! A Quinn Martin production. That's what the guy used to say at the end all the time. Anyway, you're probably too young to remember that, but I just wanted to share that with you. That's pretty cool. So imagine your whole life. Imagine you rowing in a boat with a bunch of guys rowing in the same direction. You don't get that in the corporate world. Everyone's kind of out for their own good, And the higher you get, the more different directions everybody's going. At least that's what I've found. So you can't count on everybody, but if they're all rowing in the same direction, like they are in the Empower Network, you can really kick ass. Now, the money is good. People join Empower Network for the money, but they stick around because of the community. Now, imagine that same boat of guys rowing in the same direction that you want to go, because everybody benefits from everybody else's success, right? That's what happens here. But imagine if you took a NASA jet engine and attached it to the back of that boat. It would friggin' fly. You'd get to exactly where you want to go, like a laser sharp focus, right to where you were headed, right? This is the opportunity we're offering you right now in the War Room Alliance. What is the War Room Alliance? By the way, this is a Facebook group we have on. This is how we share a lot of our information. We take advantage of the latest technology and tools, and even a low-tech guy like me can figure this out. You can do it too. Now, so the two highest money-making guys in the entire company handpicked 10 individuals to brainstorm and mastermind to get maximum leverage of systems, time, resources to get you to where you want to go 1,000 times faster than if you were on your own. Without getting any more metaphors, obviously, when you have a whole team with you, you're gonna kick ass and take names a lot faster. Am I right? Can I get an all right on that one? All right. Okay. There's an all right from me. Anyway, these are people from all over the world, and it just so happens that they are frigging awesome people, all with unique talents, pooled together into a massive juggernaut that's driving this boat in the direction you want to go. You got to get on this boat. The only ticket is to go down below and click on the link, and you're going to watch a 25 or so minute video which gives a nice overview of the Empower Network, because it's so unlike anything else that I don't want to try to attempt to explain it myself. That's why I want this video to do for me. And if you join us, this video will work for you too. You don't have to do any selling. You don't have to do, as I mentioned, there's no recruiting, none of that stuff. This is an awesome, awesome turnkey system. So when you join Empower Network, join our team. We're going to take you to places that you only dreamt of. We're going to be an unstoppable machine, a juggernaut, marching in the same direction that you are, because however your success is our success. So let's lock arms, join forces, and fight the forces of evil. I look forward to working with you. This is Murray from Success with Dr. Murray, signing out.